Hey guys, Michael with the Dent Company here. Pretty excited to introduce this 85 Skyline that we're going to be doing a full metal correction. We're also beginning doing some insane touch-up work on it and a surprise paint correction. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so 85 Skyline. You don't see too many of these because this one was imported from Japan. Young guy came to me. It's pretty exciting actually. Always asks what, Zachy asked what I like to work on the most, and the reality is it's the person and their car and the potential impact that I'm going to make on their car, the project. So far, what we have PDR'd is the full fender on this side. That corner of that hood was completely crushed in. So we're onto the hood. As you guys can see, here's what I was dealing with the paint. Now we're going to tackle this one. Probably a lot of guys would be afraid to even work on something like this. If you're a PDR tech, you saw the paint, like there's no way it's going to crack. It's not going to be able to handle it. And the reality is that's just not true. A lot of the stuff that I've tackled so far, this corner was hit pretty good. The fender had about 30 dents on it, give or take, which, depending on how the magical editing goes, you'll get to see some of the before images that I've taken. So as I've worked around kind of the car, I've picked off so far this fender. The passenger front door had a really deep dent here. It's about that big, crushed in. Unfortunately, that is paint missing. That's a little bit of paint missing. We've had a guy come and do some digital rendering of the paint so that we can get an exact match, because part of what I'm going to do is the touch up, like I said. As far as metal work, I still want to polish and try to attack kind of some of this stuff here. This is years old paint transfer. That's where we're at so far. As far as dents are concerned, I can see through the faded stuff, so I know that I've got one here. That's going to be tricky to figure out how I'm going to get to that. The little areas had a spot repair before. So normally if this was a newer car, I would just glue pull it. Not going to give us an option on that one. And then we're getting into some of the heavier stuff. The biggest issue is this door, cracked paint everywhere on the edges. And then this will be pretty cool to show you guys. So look at that crease. Can't see it. Can't see it because it's not polished either. So what we're going to do is take the door panel off. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I've already done it on the other side. And then I'm going to paint correct that area along with the other rest of the door, and then we're going to PDR this crease out. All right, so pretty basic door panel removal on an 85 Skyline. Back here in the 80s, they didn't really try to hide anything. It was really straightforward. First one is behind this door handle here, Phillips head screw. Got two Phillips here on the armrest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see with tension with my fingers. Again, a lot of people go about this the wrong way. Typically pull and break stuff. A cotter pin, a U-shaped pin, and so I can just see it. And it's applied with pressure. So what I like to do is, this is what this is for. It's wide enough and thin enough that it'll give me a little bit of a gap and an opening. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to try to hook in on that pin. You guys might want to watch out because if it goes flying. See that? There we go. So 85 Nissan Skyline, how'd they do it back then? Wait till you guys see what a modern door panel looks like. Alright, so I'm using a medium Group has yellow foam pad on this. And I'm going with a little bit of perfecting cream just to kind of get it to glide. What I found out originally when I was doing it, foam pad is great for single stage paint. This is going to just bring some of the color back and the clarity. I had to go back over it again with microfiber after to really start the process of really bringing the paint back to life, but without the perfecting cream, it would kind of dry up really quick, and I was constantly fighting it. So. Just a small dent. Tack angles, I mean, access, you guys see, like, you think you're gonna get to that dent with the, like, glue pulling? That ain't gonna work. You're gonna likely pull paint before you even make a change in the dent. So, you get one of this larger crease to start out, because I can see where the tip of my tool is at without needing to see the tool through the paint. So the way obviously we can read, anyone who's watching this can see that the light's telling you there's a dent there. What is hard to understand what paintless dent repair is about is it's microscopic changes. So the crease is very black, and as I push, I can actually see the color change from black to white. One, I know I'm in the area from experience, but two, but way before I need to see the tip of the tool, I know right where I'm at, which is super critical. It's all about precision. You can make some errors, but you gotta know how to correct those errors. Just wanna update you a little bit on the progress. All of the dings that were along the door were removed as well, so it's great. No issues. Another panel that we successfully navigated. We moved on to the quarter panel, got that polished out, and took care of the dents that were in that. The biggest one was a bit of a crease. It was about that long, right through here. The rest of them were just door dings. Other than that, I still got all the touch up to do. What else? Still got a lot of polishing. All the top panels need to be polished out. Over there on that quarter panel, we still need to polish out. And then we got back to that door, and that's it. So we'll update you guys when we get a little bit further. In the meantime, when we get to polishing this shrunk out.
This is like a challenge though?
I did up until that door. Yep, I'll be honest with you. All right, so last step before we get to touch up, which is going to be final step, dry erase, all-purpose cleaner. I'm actually going to start to lightly scrub the bumpers along the moldings, and this is going to actually rejuvenate this plastic, if you can believe it, something that's abrasive. I didn't tape this car up when I polished. I knew I was going to get to this point, so I didn't really need to worry about it. I had about 30 dents in this fender. You'd never pick this up. This is a previous touch-up. It's so good, man. People have no clue how good of a touch-up that is. We'll grab it, I'll show you. But there are certain chips that at a certain size, you actually don't want to put touch-up paint in. If it's been sandblasted and it's a bunch of small, do yourself a favor, don't put touch-up paint in those small ones. It's gonna look worse. This is probably about the size that I would stop at, something that small. You start trying to get stuff like this and like this, you're just gonna make it look worse. I'm telling you, just gonna make it look worse. You have to live with a little bit of an imperfection sometimes. A little bit of truth about touch-up, it's not designed to be perfect. So, news alert. That's not what I'm trying to do here, repaint something. I'm just trying to make it look better than gouged. It's gonna stop the rust. We've taken it this far. What do we got? We got a 85 Skyline that's really completely metal corrected. No matter what side you look down, it's straight now, with the exception of the passenger rear door on the bottom. We weren't able to make that perfect. Could have opted to use a combination of paint and bodywork with that, but for me, I just didn't see that it didn't need it. Paint correction occurred because of the metal correction. The more I got into this, the more excited I got about how well the spots that I was repairing, I was polishing ahead of time. Now I'm touching it up. This is something I would do as a compliment if somebody brought me the paint, or if I was repairing a dent like I did on this fender here. If she had, you know, a rock chip somewhere near it or something like that, I might touch it up. In this case, it's a little bit bigger because we're really going after the entire car. Already worked on a lot of the touch up, so I'll kind of start applying a little bit more of a thicker layer to it. This is where I'll actually start to almost kind of brush it in. I'll go for like that. It's a little bit more of ink dropping technique, paint dropping.
How's it feel from like where you started with the car to where you are now?
I don't even know if I saw the end, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yes. But for the most part, the last thing it's going to conclude is going to be him picking it up. He doesn't know any of this got done. He just thought it was in for metal correction. He was on his way to a body shop. So be excited to see his reaction. I'm kind of getting excited. So that's tomorrow. What's up, guys?
Hello.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Good.
From the farm to Newport Richie. Isn't that where you guys live?
Spring Hill.
Oh, Spring Hill.
Yeah.
Farther.
yeah, really though. Yeah.
How you doing,
Good to see you.
My uncle lives up there.
Well, we got you a Porsche now.
Cool. Dude, I told you this guy rocked.
So, I know we're doing a metal correction, and I normally don't wrap a car for metal correction, but it made a huge impact on your car, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Straightening all the metal,
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Like, so I figured if I took it off kind of in one shot and showed you, it would maybe.
Yeah. So.
Yes. We want to see that corner.
Yeah. Well, that had the dent in it.
Oh,
dude.
What the frick?
It looks brand new. That little liar.
You son of a. Holy
Dude.
crap.
Yeah, that thing looks brand new.
Isn't that beautiful?
That is crazy.
You need to put it on a truck and
Yeah, I can't drive it back now.
Holy
Dang.
Ow.
That is crazy.
You better buy that.
Can you even remember everything?
The doors were.
Well, the
Terrible.
doors were bad. There's the big dent in that, but like, I
Dude,
mean,
this. No way.
All right, so Nissan Skyline project is over. Really, I'm pretty emotional about it. This was a huge project for me. It's not the biggest job I've ever done. It's not the hardest job I've ever done. I've worked on hail cars that have taken me, actually this has taken me the longest. What did we do? Josh came in, just wanted things to be straight. Didn't care about the paint. Paint was a disaster. We didn't tell him. Did the metal correction. We did the best paint correction that we could do in the time that we could. Got a lot of help from my buddies next door at Presidential Detailing. Went above and beyond, got some paint made for him, did a ton of touch-up work. preserved. That was my whole thing. That is my whole thing. Preservation. This car didn't end up at a body shop. Not that that's wrong, but didn't need it. And this is just a different way. Do we do this all the time? No. Everybody's looking at it thinking they're gonna bring me their worst car and it's gonna come out like this. It's not. But we specialize in net repair. We can do other stuff. If you need to stop by, come on by. We'll take a look at Michael at the Dent Company. Thank you. Bye.